Travis Doudle's a young trainer learning his craft. He's on the way up here in South Australia. He uses the beach, he uses the forest, he uses the track. He's getting the results as well, and he certainly doesn't get up at 4 a.m. to finish second. Travis, tell us a bit about your training philosophy, where your main ideas have come from and what you base all your training on.
I got involved in horses over in Port Lincoln and wasn't there for very long. I came across here to Adelaide and was probably only here for 6 months, and then travelled around a bit and ended up in Melbourne. And so I got to ride for a lot of bigger trainers in Melbourne, and there's a trainer in particular, Russell Cleland. He had a lot of different ideas and theories, and it was really interesting to work with a guy like that does the crazy things, and you get to see the results at the end of the day. So he taught me to think outside the box and to do things differently, and if you're not getting a result, don't be frightened to try, even if it is crazy and totally different, to try something different.
Beach work, the forest work, where did those ideas stem from, and who gave you confidence to keep going with them?
I think the beach work is something that, trainers have been utilising it for a long time, but I was sort of forced into doing it in a way. I went back to Port Lincoln to start training. I wasn't in a financial situation where I could just start training and be given some horses to train, so I went back there, and my father helped build stables in his backyard for me. We went down to the junk shop down the road, and we got a heap of scrap metal and built stables in the backyard, and it happened to be 800 metres away from the beach. So I worked on my horses probably 5 days a week on the beach and up in the sandhills and rushing them through the water, and I got good results straight away from doing it. So it's just something that I started doing from the very beginning, and I struggle to sort of think that training on a track is a better option. I mean, that's just what I've always done, and it works, and the horses are so much more happy doing it.
What about Kaipo? A lovely setting, enjoy going out there as well. What benefits do you think are out there for the horses?
The horses just love it. They switch off as soon as they get off the float. They all just stand and look around. They know exactly where they are, and they really enjoy Kaipo. You can get a really good trot and a canter into them, and you can even get a nice gallop up the hills there. There's 400 or 500 metre, hill tracks through the scrub and through the forest that they just love. They switch right off, but they've got to work really hard to get to the top. As soon as they get to the top, they have a big blow and relax and walk off, and we trot down another trail and up another track. They love it. They really enjoy it.
Setups are everything, and we know that moving forward with horses, having the beach nice and close, being able to go that forest as well. But yep. You got a nice little setup there with the agistment farm as well, where you're able to go back and forth and utilise that.
Yeah, I utilise Christy Evans' place down there. She does a fantastic job with the horses. She's spelled my horse for a couple of years now, and it's a real relief to be able to put them out there for 2 or 3 weeks even, and just know they're going to come back in really good order. She puts them on the walker down there and keeps them ticking over for me when need be, and it's straight across the road from Kaipo, so I can go down and sort of work a couple of horses and then do a swap over for the weekend or something like that if I need to as well.
A lot of people say it is beneficial, but you actually use it during your preparation. I remember a lot of times you misidentified, you had a run, then straight up there just for 1 or 2 weeks, freshen up, come straight back and then race again 2 weeks later. So you use it a lot to extend that prep. Yeah, exactly.
You might look at some of the horses and you think they've been up for a long time, and they have, but they've been in the paddock as much as they've been in work. If you think about a horse that races on a Saturday, most trainers won't do a great deal with it until probably the next Thursday. It'll go around the track every day, but it'll just be trotting and hacking around. So I sort of think that they're better off with their head down out in the paddock, and they still have a trot around and a run around in the paddock and keep nice and loose and go on the walking machine out there every morning as well. So I think they're doing a similar sort of thing, but it's better for their brain and their body, and everything just works better when they're happy.